This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. So in today's session, we'll talk about how to ingest data from on-premise SQL Server to Azure Synapse. Okay. So I'll talk about two ways. One is using bulk insert. Second one is polybase. Okay. So everybody know. So how we can able to set up the on-premise SQL Server, and you already know like Azure Data Factory Service. Only thing is Azure Synapse is something which we have not discussed as of today. So we will talk about Azure Synapse as of today. So let me quickly go and set up the on-premise, then Azure Synapse and ADF. What are the required resources for today lab? On-premise SQL Server, Azure Synapse. Third one is ADF. So let me go ahead and create these three services. So go to virtual machines, create virtual machine. So I'm creating cloud pandit-rg1. Click OK. The VM name I'll say cloud VM. Okay. This we will take it in a I think yesterday it got succeeded in Korea South, right? Let me just see all images. Australia East, okay. Just choose this and I'll change the region to Australia East. Australia East. So this is the one. Choose the this is the image, okay. Now set the username, set the password. Okay, then set the SQL Server SQL authentication as well. So I'm just putting cloud pandit, same password. Okay, click review this create. You are already aware. VM login details are username is IAM, password is cloud. Okay, whereas SQL authentication. SQL authentication. What is the username? What is the username for SQL authentication? Cloud Pandit. Password is I just kept same password. So where I set this SQL authentication, you can see here. See SQL authentication I enabled. Username is Cloud Pandit. I'm setting password. Okay. These are VM credentials. These are SQL credentials. Click review this create. Create this. Second thing, you just create your target. What is your target? Your target is what? Where you want to load the data?
Synapse.
Synapse. See here, Synapse is nothing but a combination of big data analytics, big data and data analytics. Big data and data analytics, they combine into a single service called Synapse. So as part of the Synapse, you will get ADLS, Gen2 storage, ADF, you will get SQL data warehouse, then you will get Databricks notebooks kind of thing. Okay, so these are the 4 things you'll get it: ADLS, Gen2, ADF, Databricks, SQL data warehouse. So all these 4 things you'll get it if you create a Synapse. Okay, if you want to create SQL data warehouse individually, see here, dedicated SQL pool are formerly known as SQL data warehouse. This you can create. No, I want only Synapse. Then you search here Synapse. See here, Azure Synapse Analytics. You just click on this. When you create a Synapse Analytics, you will get all of this. But if you want to create a only SQL data warehouse only, you also can do the SQL data warehouse. If you want to create only SQL data warehouse, here you can see dedicated SQL. Okay, now create Synapse Analytics. But now I'm creating Synapse Workspace. Okay, subscription is same. The resource group is this, the one. Manage a resource group is nothing but some dependency resources will get created when you create a Synapse Workspace. So if you want to give the name for that, so the dependency resources, if you want to keep it in another resource group, you need to give the manage resource group name. If you're not providing manage resource group name, it will take the default name. Okay, so that's why instead of that, let me give myself only cloud under managed -arch. Okay, next Synapse workspace name, I'll say Azure or let's say cloud pandit Synapse.
Malaya.
0 Please tell me.
Okay, that another resource group, does it exist or it's been created here only now newly?
No, it will exist. You can able to see that. Okay. Select the east to west. Okay, any region you can select. So now you need to create a account name. Account is nothing but ADLS Gen2. Storage name you can give. The storage name is Cloud Pandit Synapse ADLS. So in that file system is nothing but a container name. One of the container you need to create. I'll create a container called global. Understood? So you are creating a Synapse. You also give details for your data lake storage. It will create the data lake storage details. Monica, please go ahead.
Can you repeat what is the account name and what is the file system name?
What is account name? Tell me. What is account name here? Account name is nothing but ADL Gen2 storage name. Okay. File system name means in that storage one of the container you need to create. This is the default container. The container name is global. Clear?
Yes, Malaya.
Security. So I'm setting the username password. You can set these things later also, but let me set it now itself. Okay. Okay, so this is a SQL DW. Credentials are username is yeah. Is when you are having multiple credentials, try to note down, otherwise you'll forget. Okay. So leave everything else is default. Click view plus create. So data factory, Databricks, all those things you will see inside. Okay, those names you don't need to give. Those will be created automatically. I'll show you all those things once I open Synapse Workspace. You'll be able to see that again. So VM is creating, that is our source. Target is a SQL data warehouse, but we have created Synapse. Now, third thing we need is Azure Data Factory. Go to Data Factories, create Data Factory. Resource group is Cloud Pandit -1. Data factory name is Cloud Pandit PDF V2 0607.
Malay, I have a question.
One second. So Cloud Pandit EDF 0607 East US V2. Git configuration, configure it later. Click review the script. Click date. Yes, tell me your questions.
ADF is already available in Synapse, right? Can we use that to connect instead of creating separate ADF?
Separate ADF. First thing, let's do like this, because if I directly explain there, you'll not be able to understand.
Okay. Okay. I just want to confirm that we can still use the ADF from Synapse.
You can still use.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll show you. That's what I'm saying. I'll show you. For Synapse is available, I'll show you.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So I want to ingest a multiple tables from the SQL Server to Azure Synapse. So let me create multiple tables. Anybody have multiple tables with the metadata? Anybody have the script? If anybody have that script, can somebody ping in chat window? When anybody saved the multi-table? Okay, so VM is created successfully. Synapse is getting created. Nobody is having. Okay, 1 second. So first thing is go to VM. Everybody know how to connect to the VM, right? Copy this. Open remote desktop. Put this IP. Click connect. As you know, username and password. I'm just entering here. Click yes. Just wait until everything is refreshed here.
Himali, I have one question.
Tell me.
So, is there any difference between this combo of Synapse Analytics and if we individually create different component or services?
There won't be any difference. See, you all are
Okay.
asking same question. You have to wait till tomorrow. At least today
Okay.
I'll show you individually. Tomorrow I'll take with the Synapse. Okay, click OK. So SSMS I'm opening here. Okay, at the same time, I'll just go to the browser. I'll download self-hosted integration on time. Click on download, select the first one, click next. So it is downloaded here, you can see. Open file, so preparing to install. Click next, accept the terms and license, next, install. So once it is installed, what we need? We need a Azure Data Factory key. So go to Data Factory, launch Data Factory. Go to manage, integration hunter, click new, Azure self-hosted, it will be same one, create it. So copy one of this key, go inside this.
Sir, we cannot use the previous VM, sir. Every time we have to create a new VM.
Yeah, because I'm not maintaining. If you maintain the VM continuously, you can use.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because it is costly, we are deleting that. That's why we need to do it. Otherwise, we'll want to do daily.
Okay.
Restore. I think that is depends on what kind of subscription you have. You can create as many VMs as you want. You see, is there any limit in the documentation, Krishna? Yeah, but backend you will have disks, network interface, everything will be there. Only VM will be stopped. The node is connected. Now here, so we need to connect to this. So Windows authentication means it use the VM credentials to log in into this SQL server. If you use the SQL server authentication, we need to use a different credentials like cloud pandit is there, right? Cloud pandit and cloud at that 1 2 3 4 5 6. So these credentials we need to give for SQL server authentication. Windows authentication also will work because this server is there within the view. Now if you go to databases, there is no database. Right click, new database, give the name for your database as sample DB. Click OK. Click OK. So sample DB is created. Otherwise, you can simply say create database, database name. Right click, click new query. So under this sample DB, I'll create a multiple tables. Okay. Now okay. So let's take it from here. Okay, there is a custom table. First, we are create custom table. Then we are creating product table. Create a product table. Then we are just inserting the this metadata details in the metadata table. So there are two tables. Okay. Select star from metadata. Just execute it. What? Right click on database, refresh.
META.
A spelling mistake for the metadata table name.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. Created with the wrong. The table is created now. Okay. So now we have metadata table. Run this. We have source table. Oh my god, this is all wrong. Drop table metadata. See, now you have two tables. I need to create a metadata table. How you need to create metadata table? Create a table metadata source schema varchar 50 source table varchar 50. Similarly, sync schema, because it's a database only, right? Synapse means RDBMS system only. So sync table. If you want to maintain any status or something, you can maintain status and is active. Other things, whatever we discussed, you can maintain. Okay, so table is created, insert into data. Values are dbo slash first. I want to load it into dbo slash first out. dbo product, something like that. I'm just creating simply experience. Installation supposed to work on Linux. Yes, it will work. I think I have never tried. Can we capture number of rows transferred from where to where? Yes, audit logs we already discussed. So you can maintain that audit logs. Okay. So source and everything we set up now. Just to clone this. Okay, source and we set up everything. Now we need to go to Synapse side. Come to Synapse. Go to the Synapse. So open this, open Synapse Studio. See, now we are talking about pipelines, right? See, come to Manage tab. This is within the Synapse. So, okay, so integration runtimes you can create here. Same auto result is there, you can create. You can come here, you can create the linked services. Okay. Next, you come here, click on this. You can create what? Pipelines. Good. You come to here, click on this. So you can able to create integration data set. You can able to create the data sets as well. So everything you can able to create. Only thing is small navigation will change. Same things you need to do here also. You see here, same options, move and transfer. Yeah. So you have general. Everything will be available. Got it? Now come to tell
Hello.
me.
Yeah, so if
Tell
we
me.
work everything in Synapse like ADF, Databricks, everything, then why to use Databricks and ADF separate? Like some of the transformation we can use Databricks also, right? Which is not
See,
possible in it.
yeah, we are not using all the services. Synapse is providing everything, but people are not using everything. So people may need only data factory. People may need only Databricks. So in that case, they don't require Synapse. Synapse will bring everything. So
Okay, so
maybe they
like
are not using
some of the cases, like we use ADF and Databricks same time. Like for some transformation, it is not possible in ADF. We use Databricks also, like for ingestion ADF and for transformation Databricks. So in that case, we can use Synapse, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So now you talk about here, see, there are 3 compute services will be available in the Synapse. One is Spark cluster will be available. If you want to create a new Spark cluster, you can create. So you can execute this Spark code. If you want to run any SQL queries, you can use this serverless SQL. Serverless means, so when you execute the SQL queries, how much time you are executing, how much data you are fetching, based on that it will be charged. The other type of SQL pool is nothing but a data warehouse. If you want to create the data warehouse, click on new. You need to give the dedicated SQL pool. Anybody remember what is dedicated SQL pool? I said something today only. What is dedicated SQL pool?
SQL
Commonly known as data warehouse.
Data warehouse. Okay, so that is what I'm creating from the Synapse now. Okay, so now what you need to do, cloud funded SQL pool. Okay. So this is the name I have given. This is very costly, very careful. Okay. See, if you take a 200 data warehouse units, this is 270 rupees per hour. So that's why I'm just taking 100 data warehouse units. Based on that, you will get the compute infrastructure, and you can see here 108 rupees I'm paying per hour. Okay, just click additional settings.
Malay,
We don't.
what is this units actually? How does it calculate based on GB or something?
So based on data warehouse units, you'll get the compute power. So how many cores will come, all those things I'll show you. Okay, just click review plus create, click create. Now if you want to see data warehouse units, okay, go to documentation. One second, somebody might have cut you. This is a thing. So these are called resources, resource classes. Okay. So when you have taken a resource class data warehouse of 100 units, so what happens is your workload will be divided like this: 25% of the small RC, 25% of the medium RC, 25% of the large resource class, extra large resource class is 70%, meaning whatever computation resources you are going to get, so you need to get to know what how much compute. So computer will be measured in the data. One second. So because the table will be there, I'm not getting the entire table. Fine. Let me explain here. So whatever compute you will get, okay, let's imagine DW 100C means 100 database throughput units. Throughput units means, so 100 different unit you will get it. Example, if you consider, okay, maybe out of 100 units, if you find a big query, okay, if you find a big query, what happens is it will take a 70% of the resources. It will take a 70% of the resources from the this data warehouse units. If we have, if you want to create a small RC, so 4 small queries you can able to execute at a time using the 100 data warehouse units, or 4 medium RCs you can, medium queries you can submit, or 4 large queries you can submit. But very big queries, okay, with a lot of resource classes and all, with a lot of joins and all, if you're firing a big query, so at that time only one query you can able to fire at a time. Like if you use a 100 data warehouse units, if you use a 200 data warehouse units, you can able to submit 8 small queries. Just 12.5 into 8 is nothing but 100. So 8 small queries you can submit here. Here also 8. Here only 4. Or if it is a large query, you can able to submit only 1 based on these data warehouse units. If you are taking a data warehouse units of 500, so 20 small queries at a time you can execute, or 10 medium queries you can execute at a time, or 4 large queries you can submit, or 1 extra large query you can able to execute. So what happens is you have 10 people who are working with the Synapse. Then for everybody there will be a resource class will be created and allocated. Okay, so if they have allocated small RC for you, and four of you small RC is allocated, then 4 of you can able to submit the query at once. If you talk about the X large RC, if one of the person is submitted this query, your queries will not execute because this extra large query has occupied 74% of the resources. Okay, so that's how the resource classes will be measured. Okay, you can see dynamic resource classes allocates a variable amount of memory depending on the current service level. The static resource classes are beneficial for higher concurrency and static data volume. So higher concurrency means what? Concurrency means at a time how many should run. Okay, so 25% of the resources, if you take 4 queries, will execute in the small RC. But
So,
now
like,
you
large query, does it mean that it brings large amount of data, or it involves complex joins?
yeah, both. It should be bring the lot of data, and it is having multiple queries as well.
Okay.
Even if you just fire a small query which is basically bringing lot of resources. See, whether you are submitting a small query or big query doesn't matter here. What is important is for you, X large RC is assigned and you are submitting a query means 70% of the resources will be allocated for your query. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
One second. Now here we may need to compare. See here, each equals are, for example, DTO port of 54,000, which allows up to data warehouse 6,000 is called a simply safety limit. So, but we don't have any information how much memory you are going to get, how many cores you are going to get it. There is no information. So I will tell you because I'm not able to get it, but somewhere it should be there. Database.
Can I go to pricing tier? Maybe it's there.
Pricing. Same one is
Pricing calculator. Maybe it will be there.
okay, fine. We can discuss that later also. Okay, you can see here. So this is basically synopsis. See, these are the data warehouse units. Yeah, when you are taking a 500, so it is basically giving you storage limit of 23 TB and something is only, so this box can give you some information, but here also you don't have much information. Storage is 23 TB design, but the compute related information we don't have. Okay, because this is again different. The Apache Spark pool is different. You need to configure that again. So it is just showing you the charges for 100 units. You would take a 1 hour. You just have seen 1 hour. If you take, it will be a just a $1.5. Okay, so I'll tell you because we are not getting that information here. So maybe I'll just look into it and I'll tell you. Fine. So data warehouse units means remember. So that is a compute service. How many computers will come for 100 data warehouse units? How many computers will come for 200 data warehouse units? That we will discuss. What is a large query means? See, large query means the resource class that you have assigned. Okay, if large resource class is assigned to you, if you are submitting any query, that query will get the 70% of the resources. So that query is nothing but a large query. Small or medium means if small RC is assigned to you, then you are going to execute a queries with a small RC. Multiple people can able to execute along with you. Okay, fine. So this is the Cloud Pandit SQL pool that I need to connect. Now come here. You can see this is the dedicated SQL pool. Copy this. So I'm opening the now Data Studio. Open Azure Data Studio. 1 second. So you need to enable the firewall. Come down. Go to network. Okay, here you see add client IP. Just add the client IP and allow Azure services to access this particular services. Allow Azure services resource to access this workspace. If you allow Azure Synapse links for Azure database to bypass firewall rules. Save this. Now come here. Click on this new connection. Put that server name here. This will login. What is the database name? Database name is nothing but this one. Put that server name, click connect. It is connected. Now right click, click new query. Click new query. So you don't have any tables in it. If you look at here, you don't have any tables in it. So when I create my pipeline, when I run my pipeline, tables will be created automatically. Okay. Now come to Azure Data Factory. Here, let's create a two linker services. Click linker service for SQL Server. Self-hosted IR. Server name. What is the server name? Cloud VM. Database name is SampleDB. SQL username is Cloud Pandit. Password is cloud@. Test connection. Then create it. What is our sync? Synapse. Synapse analytics. LS for Synapse. Use same input service feed, right? Use the Synapse. Use the Cloud Pandita SQL SQL login. My name. Password is that. Cancel this. Again, click new query for a new connection. Synapse, Azure Synapse. Subscription is this. Server name is this. Database name is this. Test connection. Connection successful, you can create it. Okay. Now come to author tab. Let's create a pipeline. As you know, simple pipeline I create. Okay, but whatever we have done earlier, so all those things, auditing, everything we can enable for this. So uncheck this first one. We read the metadata table, SQL Server. Use this linked service. You can directly give the table. Click OK. Debug this. Now click on this. So these are the items, copy them into here. Copy to clipboard and copy it here. So these are the two items we have. Pass these two items to for each activity. For each. As you know, sequential, dynamic, value area. Go inside this. Directly I'm using copy activity. So source is SQL Server. So don't select any table because we need to pass the table names dynamically one by one. Okay. Let's go to data set. Let's create a, how many parameters you need to create?
Two.
Parameters. Come here, click edit, dynamic content, and just source schema. This is a source table. Source table, click OK. Okay. Now go to pipeline, come to sync. Sync, now you select your Synapse. Sync is what? Synapse. Linked service, table and cell path dynamically sync, created to dataset parameter. Edit, then content, sync schema, sync table. Okay. Now come to pipeline. You see some options here. Okay, so something upset also came now, but let's focus on two things: copy, polybase, and the bulk insert. Okay, so copy methods you have upset also. I think this is basically to update any rows. Okay, but polybase and the bulk insert we will see today two things. First, let me start with the bulk insert. In bulk insert, I'm saying auto create table. Auto create table means what? You are already aware, right? Auto create table means what? Table will be created automatically. Okay. Now, so item dot, what I need to give sync schema. Here what I need to put, item dot sync table. Source side. So source side, item dot source schema. Source table is item dot source schema, item dot source table. That's all very simple. Sync side we have not created table. We enabled auto create table, so tables will be created automatically. Okay. Now you come here. You want to just debug. So debug and see what is going to happen now. Bulk insert means what happens is bulk insert means what happens is in this entire data will be loaded into control node. From the control node, data will be spreaded into these compute nodes. So from these compute nodes, data will come into the storages. Okay, dedicated SQL pool. Now I'll just explain. I'll take some 5-10 minutes. I'll explain what is this architecture all about. But for now, you just remember data is coming from this one computer. From this one computer, data is moving into these multiple computers. So now if you write entire data through one computer, there will be performance issues, isn't it? Because this one computer should bring entire data and it has to distribute into these computers. So this is the problem with the bulk insert. Bulk insert will bring data from the control node into these compute nodes. Okay, but it will work. And now if you see one copy activity succeeded, another copy activity is running, that is also succeeded. Okay, no problem. So your pipeline is going to succeed. Now if you come here, right click on these tables and refresh, you will be able to see custard and product. Select the star from custard, product. See, all this data came here, all this data is here. Okay, clear? Fine. So custard is there, product is there. This is good. Now let me drop these two tables because I want to recreate these tables in another run. So another method I want to use now, another method. Drop these two tables. Okay, right click on this tables, refresh. You don't have any tables. Okay, now come here. So go to for each, come to copy data. So here I'll use a polybase. Okay. So when you create a you choose polybase, still you are enabling the auto create table. Now it will throw error. Debug this. What it is saying? What it is saying? Staging account is required to load data into Azure Synapse Analytics using polybase. So what is polybase first? Polybase is a technique which loads data directly into the compute node. So first you have a data somewhere in the on-premise SQL server. From you load data from on-premise SQL server to data lake storage Gen 2 or blob storage. So from data lake storage Gen 2 or blob storage, from there data will be written directly into this compute nodes, which will be very faster loading data into the data warehouse. Okay, instead of bringing entire data through this compute node, if you load data from your SQL server to staging layer, so staging layer can be blob or data lake storage into, from there you can able to load data into this compute nodes directly. And now my question is, how many compute nodes will be there? How many compute nodes will be there? Anybody have any idea?
64.
Huh?
64.
5, sir. I think so.
Okay, 64, 5. Okay, remember, so what are these?
Storage.
Storage unit.
The first thing is, whatever I am explaining now, this is very, very, very important in interview perspective as well as in real time also. You need to have this understanding. Okay, so somebody like as of now we were discussing about data warehouse units. So that is also dependent on this. Okay. Here, these are called a disk, okay, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, disk 4, disk 5. Okay. How many disks will be there is fixed. The number is fixed. The disks will be 60. How many disks will be there? How many disks will be there?
60.
60. Okay. Let's say in the 60 disks, you have one chocolate. You have total 60 chocolate, one chocolate in each disk. Now, how many people we have to eat these chocolates? That is nothing but these computers. These compute nodes. How many compute nodes will be there? Any guesses?
6.
These compute nodes will be from 1 to 60. 1 to 60. So when you enable data warehouse units of 100, okay, maybe one computer will get. When you choose a 200 data warehouse units, you may get 2 computers. If you take 1,000 data warehouse units, you may get up to what? 10. If you get maximum of 6,000 data warehouse units, maximum total data warehouse units, that is nothing but a 60 disks, so you will get it. Now, if you have a one computer, what happens? If you have a one compute node which has to eat all the 60 chocolates which are there in the 60 disks, which takes more time. Okay. So what is the other way? Other way is, if I maintain a 60 compute nodes, okay, what happens is you have 60 disks, you are maintaining 60 compute nodes. Each computer will connect to one disk. Now 60 compute nodes will connect to 60 disks. So now what happens is the performance will be very, very higher, because one person eating 60 chocolate, it takes 60 minutes. If you have 60 people wants to eat one chocolate, just to take 1 minute. But what is the problem in this? If you take a 60 compute nodes, what is the problem? It will be
Money.
Rahul, it will be auto assign. Yes, the cost will be very, very high. So we just have seen data warehouse units, when we have taken 100, it is a 110 rupees. When we have taken a 200, it will be a 220 rupees, something like that. Got it, everybody?
Yes.
Everybody understood? So that's how these things will work. Okay. Now control node is nothing but this is the main node. Whenever somebody queried something, so all those queries will be submitted from the control node. Control node will give the same query to this, same query to this, same query to this, same query to this. So this will go and query this respect to disk. This will go and query this respect to disk. This will go and query this. This will go and query this disk. Now I'm going to understand now how many of you understood this concept. Okay. Let's imagine I have a 10 compute nodes. I have a 60 disks. Can you tell me each computer will connect to how many disks? Each computer will connect to how many disks? 6. Simple, right? So this control node will give a that query to one of this computer. This will go and query from those 6 disks. So in the 6 disk, the data is the respective data is there or not, it will bring it. Okay. So once you bring it, you will return that result to the control node. Control node will give the result back to the end user. How many of you understood this? Any questions here till here? Okay. If no questions, now my
Malaya, can you please explain the concept of allocation of the disk again?
allocation of
Disk. So on what basis every computer will be allocating the disk? You said this disk will be allocated to the every compute node. So on what basis it will be allocated?
there is no basis. So if we have a 2 computers, first 30 will be assigned to first computer, next 30 will be assigned to next computer. If you have only one computer which connects to all the 60 disks.
Okay, that means it will be equally divided there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Malaya, in both the cases, like in polybase and bulk insert, control node will be there.
Control node will be there. In the polybase, directly we write data into compute nodes. Instead of writing entire data through control node to compute nodes, we write data into the compute node.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, let's say I am inserting a India records, US record, like UK record and all. Now can you tell me in which disk all this data will go? How the data will be distributed into these disks? Any idea?
Is that based on partition?
So there are 3 different distribution types. Okay, remember, very important interview question also. First one is replicate. Second one is round robin. Third one is hash distribution. Now replicate. When to use replicate is if you have a small data, if you have a small table, you have country codes. Imagine countries, let's say 600. Let's imagine only 600 records. So what we'll do is we will replicate that particular 600 data. 600 you are replicating means replicate distribution means remember same copy will be there in all the disks. All the disks will have same, all the data will be there on all the disks. Got it? If it is a small data. Everybody's clear on this? See, if you come back and if you ask, I don't have patience to answer today because I'm not well, but still I have taken class. You need to understand. When I ask something, if you have any doubt, you let me know. I'll explain now itself. Any doubts on replicate distribution?
So we have to choose that whether we want to go for the replicate or round robin or hash distribution.
Yes, you need to select that distribution.
Okay. And that depends on the set of the data. How much data we will be expecting.
Set of the yeah. So size of the replicate is we don't have any fixed size. That is, you need to take a call. Which type of distribution you need to take, Sudha? Okay. Next,
Yes.
what is round
Yes,
robin? Round robin means, let's say you have 200 records. Doesn't matter. First record will go to the first disk. Second record will go to second disk. 60th record will go to the 60th disk. 61st record will come back to the first disk. 120th record will go back to the 60th disk again. 121 record will come to the first disk again. 128th record will go to the 180th record will go to the 60th disk. That is nothing but a round robin, round by round. So first it will go like this: 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, something 60. Okay. Once first round is completed, again it will start from the one more round, 61 till 120. Next, 121 to 180, and so on it will go. That is nothing but a round robin distribution. Everybody clear on this? Okay, I'm moving on to the third distribution. Anybody heard about hash functions? Anybody heard about CRC32, MD5, SH1 hash functions? So what happens is there are some hash functions. On those hash functions, for these hash functions, if you say Bangalore, if you ask 100 times, it will generate a unique value, 100 only. Whenever you give the CRC32 value as Hyderabad, then it may give 200, some number I'm giving, but whenever you pass Hyderabad, same number it will generate. Whenever you give Bangalore, it will be same number. Hash distribution means we apply a hash function on the row on one of the column. So if that column belongs to Bangalore, so all those records, all the people who belongs to Bangalore, so all those people will generate a same hash value, that is 100. So all the 100 hash function value, 100 records will be stored in the first disk, 200 will be stored in the second disk, 300 will be stored in the third disk, 400 will be stored in the fourth disk, and so on. So some number, unique number, all the same hash function values will be there in a one disk. Got it? All the same hash value records will be there in a same function, same disk, which means that all the people who belongs to India will be there in a one disk, all people who belongs to US will be there in another disk, and so on like that. That is a hash distribution. How many of you understood these distributions?
Sir, can you repeat this hash distribution, sir? Last one.
Malaya, is it something like reference? Referencing the objects like that?
Okay, 1 second. I think I will not be able to explain like this. Let me show you. See here. So distribution is, you can put distribution is hash, or distribution equal to round robin, distribution equal to replicate. When you say distribution equal to replicate, you are not mentioning anything. So entire data will go in the sit in all the disk. Distribution equal to round robin, you are not mentioning anything. Simply first record will go to first disk, 60th record will go to 60th disk. But in hash distribution, you are specifying the column name. Let's say you are specifying a hash of country column. Then what happens? Hash function will be applied on a country column. Whoever belongs to India, they will have a same hash value. So all the India records will be there in a first disk. All the US records will be there in a second disk. All the UK records will be there in a third disk, and so on. So based on the same country people, where same country records will be there in the same disk. It will not be distributed. Okay, India records, some records in the first disk, some records in the second disk. No. When you put hash distribution on country column, all the people who belongs to same country, their records will be there in the same disk. That is the hash distribution. Clear now?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Malaya, this question
Yes, sir.
is here is an hash distribution. As you mentioned, we have 60 disks, right? Suppose the country we have 180 or 190 countries. So then how it will distribute?
Two countries data will be there in the same disk, but the countries data will not be spread across multiple disks. That is the concept.
Okay, so that time it will apply the round robin then. Once
Not round
you
robin.
know.
Randomly it will sit, like all country records will be there in the same disk. Okay, if you have 1 to 130 countries, maybe per disk you may have 3 countries data, meaning India, US, UK, all these 3 countries information in one disk, next 3 countries data in another disk. Like that it will distribute.
Okay.
Round robin is totally different. India records itself, it is going to spread it between the disks.
Okay. Okay.
Next, any other questions? Now, so tell me.
Yeah. Which method is best now, polybase method or bulk insert method? If we are
Cache
dealing with
distribution. Okay, loading. For
yeah.
loading data, polybase is best if you have a huge amount of data, terabytes of data when you are loading. Polybase is best. If you have some GBs of data, you can simply go with the bulk insert.
Okay.
So now in polybase, so when you debug, it is throwing something called staging layer. How to enable staging is come to settings, come down, enable staging. So to create a staging layer, you need to have a linked service. Click a new linked service for data lake storage gen 2. Already we have a data lake storage gen 2. Synapse ADLS, okay. Go to the storage account and tell you. This is the storage account I'm using as a staging layer. Go to container, create a container called, already global is there. Under global, you can create as a stage data. Some container called stage data and create. Okay. Yeah, so now come to data factory. So storage path, okay, browse it. Global. Global. Under global, select stage data. So cancel this one. Browse it again. So if it is taking more time, do one thing simple. Global slash, okay, stage data. You can just put it path like this, because if the browse is taking more time, you can simply do like this. Okay, so browse it again, 1 second. So if it is browsing, you can able to select it. If it is not, if it is taking more time, you can just directly put it. This is a temporary issue in my system, but you may not have same issue. Okay, now I just have added this global slash this one. Now you run your pipeline, it will work. Yes, these are available only for data warehouse. So in progress. Why it is taking this much time? For each and copy data activity is running. Now, if you click on this, okay, first let's execute one copy activity. So click on this. You can see, so data is first writing from SQL Server to ADLS Gen 2, from ADLS Gen 2 to data will be written into the Synapse. Okay, so this is succeeded, data is loaded into data lake to Gen 2. From data lake to Gen 2 to Synapse data is writing. So this is also succeeded. The 4 rows is read from source and written into the sink, those 4 rows. That's it.
Only after copy the file on Gen 2 staging layer, it would be there or it would be removed automatically.
Yes, can you come again?
Well, yeah, so the polybase, right? You're using staging layer Gen 2. So when this copy activity successfully, the pipeline, the file sitting on the staging layer, it would be there or it would be removed
No,
after
those
the
will not
writing.
be. Those will not be there. Those will be deleted after that. Okay. So file will be deleted once the data is copied. You'll not be able to see. Just wait. Once this is succeeded. Wait is not updated status. Wow. What is happening? Succeeded it is saying, and I think we will be able to see the table also here, but it is still status is showing as in progress.
We had 2 tables, right? So right now I think one table is done. I think the other one is running.
No. Same copy activity. Same is taking the status is not up. This is a temporary issue. Okay, this is not issue with this one. Click on this. See, copy duration also it clearly mentioned 42 seconds it took to copy. Cancel this. Okay, so now right click on this. You got only one table. Okay, I'm just dropping that table as well. I just dropped that table as well. Now, so publishing is completed. Yes. Now add trigger. Trigger now. Click OK. Come to monitor. So lookup got succeeded. Copy actor is queued. Even in the production also we will have this issue. Jobs will be queued even in the real time also. This is temporary issue. It will not be there throughout the day. Maybe it will be there for some time. Job is not started. Sometimes it takes hours. Cancel this pipeline here. The cancel is there. Okay. Pipeline is cancelled. If you want to rerun same pipeline, you no need to go anywhere. You see here something called rerun. You just click on this, click rerun pipeline. So same pipeline will be run again. It basically failed to run pipeline because it is in the process of cancelling. So everything is very slow. 1 second. Let me try to run pipeline from incognito mode. That issue from outside. Still canceling, it is not updating only. Shit. me see, because issue may be with the browser also. You can see I'm opening Azure Data Factory here. So debug pipeline. Okay, so whatever we do, this is jobs related to. Yeah, we can see it's running now. Let's see at least. It should update. It is succeeded. So in progress from moving data from Gen2 to Synapse, meaning from Synapse, staging to Synapse. Table is already available, but it is we got the data or not, we will see. Okay. We already got the data as well, but it is showing simply in progress. Yeah, this got succeeded now. But generally it will not take this much time, so there is an issue. Status is not updated. So first thing you need to remember, this issue is not because of the polybase. Okay, you people try to do the same thing. This issue is not because of the polybase. This is the issue with the Azure Data Factory. Jobs are getting queued. Maybe so. One is weather conditions, or second thing is resource unavailability. So there will be multiple things will be there. Okay, that's why it is not able to update. Everything is complete.
You can create the support ticket, right? For the same.
You can raise a support request. They'll see what happens. You will raise a support request now. They'll respond by EOD today. By that time, everything will start working fine. Okay.
Succeeded.
Yeah.
I think
Succeeded. The second job is running. Generally, it will not take this much time. Okay. If you see here, when we click on this, it is simply saying 1 minute 29 seconds. Even it should not take this much time. It will finish very quickly. You people try to do same thing, so you will experience differently. Meaning, for you it will not take this much time. So you can see it is in progress. This is also running now. Click on this. So it got succeeded. See, within this copy duration, right? If you look at here, job queue time is 1 minute 4 seconds. Job is just in the queue. Just to get the resources, it took this much time. Just to job is running from 38 seconds. Since last 38 seconds, job is running and it is trying to copy. But earlier it is just queued up to 1 minute 4 seconds. So we got succeeded. Both are succeeded. We will see the status now. Refresh this. Something problem. Now, but we already got the table. So 100% we might got the table. See, we got the table. Just to try to do the lab, you will not experience this issue. Okay. So by the time you practice, everything will be resolved and you will not have this kind of issue. See, 2 copy activities got succeeded and lookup also got succeeded. But it is taking 2 minutes 34, 2 minutes 24 seconds. No, it will not take this much time. Okay. So you try to practice it. For you, it will not take this much time. Clear, all of you? Okay. So tomorrow I'll show you same labs with the Azure Synapse and we will see. Okay. So Azure Synapse, within Azure Synapse, we'll try to create the ADF pipelines and we will see tomorrow. Okay. Clear to all of you? Any questions? Okay, if no question.
In real time, generally, so which one will use the bulk or polybase?
Polybase. In real time, we are handling big data, right? So we use polybase. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, friends?
So,
Okay,
Amalia, for the staging layer, is ADLS required, or we can store in any of the database as well?
No. Blob or data lake storage Gen 2, only these two are supported.
Okay.
Okay.
Malia, can I ask one question? It's not related to today's session.
Tell me,
Actually, in DB, for country code column, it is they have taken XX. for all the like in entire table. But while
Okay.
copying the same column in blob storage, it is giving GB. Like the value become GB for that
XX
column.
is becoming GP.
Yeah.
Now, how
GB.
it
Yeah, the same issue I am not able to understand. But for remaining columns, data looks fine. But only for this country code column, in DB it is like XX, and in blob storage, while editing the data, we can see the data right in the blob.
Now will you be able to see? Show me now.
Here I can't share the
Okay,
screen.
tomorrow you join doubt clearance session. There we can discuss.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.